First up, the shame and the shocking video that emerged out of Punjab. We are learning the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe panel has taken note of that physical abuse you're seeing inflicted on a woman in Punjab by policemen. 2 policemen have been suspended, those 2 caught on camera there. The panel has also summoned the District Commissioner, the SSP of Taran where this took place, and the IG of the Amritsar range, as well as a girl and her family. So they've been summoned to Amritsar for a hearing today. That girl, that lady there was being beaten, as you're seeing, by 2 policemen, including using a lathi. She says that she'd gone to them with her father to lodge a complaint of sexual harassment. Her family confronted, when the family went to the policeman allegedly took the side of the truckers she was trying to complain against, and as you're seeing there, then hit them. The 2 policemen have been suspended, the Punjab government promising not to spare the guilty in this.
I demand that action must be taken against the cops who assaulted us. They should be suspended from service immediately. I demand that the matter must be investigated.
We are going to take the strictest possible action. But on a macro level, the problem is this police insensitivity all over the country, which basically stems from the fact that our police training is inadequate. We need to address this issue. And as far as this incident is concerned, we will get to the bottom of the thing. If needed, we will call for a civilian inquiry. But these errant police officers will not be spared. And one thing I want to make very, very clear, no politician would be allowed to interfere.
So whatever has happened in Taran is not a new story. These kind of occurrences are happening in every single district of Punjab. Today, instead of Bihar, where things are improving, it is Punjab, which is at number 1. There is no law and order, there is no justice, and nobody can sleep in peace.
It's a sad incident. It's a reflection on how the mindset of the men are. And the police person should realize that he also has a daughter, he's also got a wife, he has got a mother, he's got a sister. If someone else behaves like this, how will he feel it?
पुलिस कस्टडी में लड़की को इस तरह से बर्बरता से मारा गया है, तो ये पुलिस की जिम्मेदारी बनती है. ये केस सीधा सीधा जुडिशियल उसमें जाना चाहिए, सरकार का नहीं. दूसरा, मंत्री जो हैं वहां, गृह मंत्री, उनको तुरंत रिजाइन करना चाहिए.
It's not suspension. Such policemen must be dismissed from service and put in jail. And the kind of evidence which they will have, I think they can charge sheet the case within the next 2 weeks, and we should see a conviction in the next 3 months. There's been a gradual, huge amount of politicization of the police forces in this country, by which the leadership has lost its control.
Let's get a word in from Jyoti Kamal joining us live from Chandigarh. Jyoti, many reactions coming into that brutal abuse of power really, but some people saying it's just symptomatic of a bigger problem that faces the police forces.
Yes, in fact, you had Naresh Gujral saying that this is a problem that's pan-India and that it's police training that is at fault. But after that, you had Kiran Bedi saying that the police force has got politicized, and it's a well-known fact that in Punjab, police appointments and transfers are all controlled by the politicians, and in fact, they have the constant support of politicians, which has made a lot of the police force very brazen in carrying out acts, and this is a typical and a very illustrative example of that brazenness on the part of the police, that they can get away with anything. This has happened earlier in Punjab. The National Commission for Women has repeatedly been saying that mere suspension of officers is not deterrence enough, and in fact after being suspended for about a month they are again posted back to another police station and they're back in business. So really the suspension doesn't have that much of an impact, and in this particular instance the girl's family is saying that it was the wedding venue of a police officer and the police did not want any kind of a ruckus outside it, and when these truckers were actually harassing the girl and the girl's family came to take them on, the police wanted to control the situation, and that's why they took the side of the truckers and actually started assaulting the family of the girl herself, and that led to this particular incident.
Jyoti, sorry to cut you off. Manish Tiwari speaking about this incident.
Spectre of an assistant sub-inspector of police who was shot to death when he was trying to protect his daughter from being eve-teased. The people in question owed allegiance to the ruling combine. Then you had an incident in Ludhiana where a senior officer of the police was assaulted by people again owing allegiance to the ruling combine. And then you have yesterday's incident where a girl who went to complain against eve-teasing was manhandled by the police. It's a very sad reflection on the law and order in the state, and I think people of Punjab should really introspect in what direction the state is heading.
Okay, sir, सबसे ज़रूरी है कि जो एंटी लॉ बन रहे हैं और उसमें अगर इसके प्रोटेक्शन आप कर रहे हैं तो हर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जो अलग-अलग तरीके से इसको देखती है उसको कैसे जज करना।
देखिए, जहाँ तक कानून का सवाल है, जो फौजदारी का कानून है वो पूरे मुल्क के लिए एक ही है, तो अलग अलग प्रदेश अलग अलग कानून नहीं बना सकते हैं। तो इसलिए जब कानून यहाँ से पारित होगा और वो लागू होगा तो पूरे देश के लिए एक समान लागू होगा।
जी, क्या फैशन टीवी को ऑफर किया जाएगा?
देखिए, इसके ऊपर अभी गंभीरता से विचार हो रहा है, क्योंकि इसकी प्रक्रिया ये है कि इसका फैसला मंत्री नहीं करते हैं, इसका फैसला एक इंटर मिनिस्ट्रियल कमेटी करती है, और इंटर मिनिस्ट्रियल कमेटी जिस निष्कर्ष पर पहुंचती है, एक परंपरा रही है कि अमूमन उस फैसले के साथ कोई इंटरफेरेंस नहीं की जाती।
All right, so the Congress's Manish Tiwari, they're talking about this very incident. Jyoti is still with us. Manish Tiwari, there, Jyoti, also talking about earlier incidents in Punjab, something you've been discussing with us, brazen acts of abuse, really, of power by police. Now, you're telling us what the victim and her family are saying. What on earth are the police saying to justify this kind of behavior, even as they suspend 2 cops?
Well, in fact, the SHO of the area concerned, when he was first asked about this incident, that how come policemen had actually assaulted a girl and her family there, he totally denied the incident. He said that no such thing happened. It was a brawl between 2 different parties and the police was just not involved. It's only when the video surfaced that they had to concede that yes, the policemen were also involved, and now the girl's family coming out with this revelation that it was actually the wedding venue of a police officer and they did not want a ruckus outside that venue, and therefore the police actually took the side of the truckers who were actually harassing the girl, and the girl wanted the police to act on her behalf. But instead of doing that, they actually acted on the behalf of the truckers and tried to shoo them away and get them away from the spot, leading to this particular incident happening. And now, whatever may the explanation be, even as the police has ordered a probe into this entire incident, they are already saying that it was the girl's family that attacked the policemen, and therefore they had to retaliate, which is very indicative of the fact that this direction, the direction that this particular report is going to take, that it's probably again going to say that it was the girl's family that assaulted, and therefore the police had to retaliate. But really, no explanation for the kind of barbarous attack that you see by the policemen on the girl.
And I was going to say, Jyoti, certainly adding insult to injury, because as they try to brazen it out there, we're showing those visuals, that girl being hit using a lathi. So even if the police were saying they're trying to shoo them away, that's definitely a euphemism. At this point, the girl's family very clear that they want action taken against all those policemen present. And as you've been telling us, it's not, there's no way this is a solitary incident.
Yes, and in fact the girl is also making a very serious allegation that even as the policemen were beating her up, they also said that let's take you to the police station and show you what molestation is all about. So that's a serious allegation being made by the girl. Now those who are supposed to be protecting and defending, if these are the kind of statements that they are making, and the video is very indicative of the fact in terms of the attitude that they're displaying. And earlier also in Patiala, a woman was beaten up by the policemen. Before that, a girl committed suicide when the police refused to lodge a case that she was wanting to register against the fact that she had been raped, and eventually the girl had to commit suicide and the police was harassing her. So there seems to be a constant pattern in Punjab of the police really acting in a very brazen manner because of the fact that they know that there is not much of an action that takes place, and that's what the NCW has repeatedly been pointing out, that despite all their comments, suggestions, advice and instructions, the police in Punjab is failing to act against its errant officers.
Certainly quite shocking there, and the need of are certainly more than just sensitizing of police, training of personnel there and action as well. Jyoti, thank you so much for joining us with that. We've been asking many of you what those images make you think. Here's how people in Chennai are reacting.
Should be suspended first of all, and they should be also like punished for all these. If we should actually beat them up, I mean, you can't just beat up a woman who goes and gives complaint. I mean, it's totally insane, really insane. I don't think these people even deserve to be in the department, first of all. Women came up for her protection, so I think she should be given even more stricter protection, and the police fellow should be put behind the bars.
SHOs, DSPs and even senior superintendents of police are posted at the behest of the MLAs of the Akali Dal, at the behest of the ministers of the Akali Dal. There is no policing. Yesterday what happened in Tarantan is a sad reflection on this government. A 23-year-old Dalit girl was beaten mercilessly. Today what has happened is Sukhbir Badal has suspended those boys. In a similar case where a ASI, Ravinder Pal Singh's daughter was being harassed in a similar way, and that man was murdered just 2 months earlier. One of the DIGs was suspended, and today the same DIG is being reinstated and posted in the border range. That very DIG, a Deputy Inspector General of Police, who was suspended, has been reinstated, and today in the morning he has been put in charge of the DIG border range again. So similar thing is going to happen to these goons who are over there. We want these goons to be immediately, a case has to be registered, they have to be sent in jail, they have to be put out of police service, and there is nothing lesser than we are asking for the resignation of Sukhbir Badal, and nothing lesser than that, because the situation is totally bad. We can't even describe it on the cameras what the situation is.